In 2016, President Obama nominated Merrick Garland to the Supreme Court. Mitch McConnell said essentially, not so fast. It was an election year, he argued. Let the American people have a voice. Then 2020 happened. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died just 46 days before Election Day, and apparently Mitch discovered an election year exception hiding somewhere in the Constitution. Amy Coney Barrett was confirmed 8 days before the election. Amazing how quickly a principle can develop an expiration date. And that helped Donald Trump put 3 Supreme Court justices on the bench: Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett. 3. One president, one term, 3 lifetime appointments. Meanwhile, Mitch McConnell has been in the Senate since 1985. 1985. Nintendo hadn't even been released nationwide in America yet. At this point, Mitch hasn't served in Senate history. Mitch is Senate history. And now we're seeing exactly why those lifetime appointments matter. In 2026, Trump signed an executive order making major changes to mail voting, including directing the Postal Service to restrict which mail ballots it will transmit and creating new federal requirements involving voter eligibility lists and ballot envelopes. Lower courts blocked parts of it, but now the Supreme Court, in a 6-3 decision, has cleared the way for the Trump administration to move forward with key parts of that order just months before the midterm elections. Think about that. 3 of the justices sitting on that court were appointed by Trump himself. And now that court's conservative majority is giving Trump's administration room to implement changes affecting how Americans vote in an election that will determine control of Congress. Now, to be accurate, the Supreme Court did not rule that Trump's entire executive order is constitutional. The legal fight isn't over, and another injunction could still block parts of it. But this is exactly why Supreme Court appointments matter. And remember, this is the same court that ruled in Trump v. United States that former presidents have absolute criminal immunity for actions within their core constitutional authority and at least presumptive immunity for other official acts. Not that the president can commit any crime he wants. That's not what the ruling says, but it gave presidents extraordinarily significant protection from criminal prosecution for official conduct. So while everybody is fighting over who's sitting in the Oval Office, pay attention to who's sitting across the street at the Supreme Court. Presidents get 4 years at a time. Supreme Court justices can shape American law for 30 or 40 years. A president eventually leaves. A Supreme Court justice, they might still be deciding your grandchildren's rights and the rules governing the elections that choose their leaders. Don't just vote for a president. Remember, you're voting for the judges that president could leave behind.